Following the 2024 election, I sat right here and I told everybody, look, I'm not going to talk about polls anymore. And since then, I have talked a lot about polls, and I'm about to talk about polls again, but let me just clarify. When I said I'm not going to talk about these polls and I'm not going to trust them, what I'm talking about, of course, is the presidential polling. That has proven in 2024, 2020, and 2016, that crap's not accurate anymore, okay? I'm not going to trust presidential polling once we get to that point again. I'm not going to sit here and do, oh God, here we go, it's looking good. No, I'm not going to trust any of it. But what I do trust right now are the opinion polls. And the reason I do like talking about these, because they're all so bad for Trump and the numbers get worse by the poll. The reason I talk about it is because right now, a lot of us feel helpless and hopeless. We feel like everything is just getting worse and worse and worse. We're losing our rights. We're losing our freedoms. The government might start targeting us at any second. They've said they're going to. So it feels hopeless. But these polls give us a little bit of hope because it tells us when we sit here feeling those horrible feelings, we're not alone. And most of the rest of the country feels the same way. A YouGov poll came out last week showing that Donald Trump is now underwater with his approval rating with every single age group in the country. Every age group disapproves of Donald Trump. All of them. From 18 to 118, you can't find a single age group, the way pollsters break them down, that supports Trump. And it's the same thing, according to this poll, with ethnicities too, excuse me. White people don't like him. Black people don't like him. Hispanic people don't like him. He has lost ground with every demographic. And one of the biggest losses that he has suffered is with young voters. So the New York Times decided, knowing that he's losing massive support among young voters, and he did win a lot of young white men in the 2024 election, like, what happened? Why are all the white men, young white men, abandoning Trump? Well, the New York Times found it out. They talked to a lot of them. Here is what one young voter, Mustafa, a 28-year-old from Georgia, said. The way that he's been handling things recently, it's a dictatorship. I mean, we're focused on Ukraine and Israel more than I feel like the United States. The military, I like it, has gotten much better than it used to. But I thought he was going to come in and end the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East. You thought wrong. And what do you mean the military is better than it used to? What does that mean? How is the military better today than it was a year ago? I mean, we know what you're referring to, Mustafa. I just want you to say it out loud, right? Let's see how bigoted that sounds when you say it out loud. Because we all know what you're talking about. And now, of course, we know why you voted for Trump. You feel betrayed by his policies, and you kind of regret it, it seems. But you voted on him because you hate certain groups of people, right? You wanted bad things to happen to other people, not you. Well, piss off. You deserve it. Quentin, a 33-year-old also from Georgia, believes Trump is not living up to his promises regarding the economy. For me, it comes down to taxes and jobs. The job market is just not good at all. I have a lot of friends and family members who are struggling to find work. He made it seem like he was going to look out for the working class people, and it's the exact opposite. I agree with you, Quentin. John, 28-year-old in Florida, said, I feel like even though my specific investment in cryptocurrency is doing good overall, he has ruined the cryptocurrency market for a lot of cryptocurrencies. A lot of these rich people are just pumping and dumping stuff coming out with the tokens, and this is not really what I voted for. I mean, Trump didn't launch his, crypto thing until after the election, so yeah, maybe I give you a pass, maybe not. Kelsey, a 32-year-old independent, said, I just think it's way too aggressive. Even if it's the worst of the criminals, can they be treated more humanely once they get to the deportation centers? Well, I don't know. I mean, did you not know that we had kids locked in cages during his first administration? And you're like, why isn't he more humane? Why wasn't he the first time? I don't know. Welcome to the news. 32-year-old in Montana named Sarah said, quote, "She's having a hard time trusting in my current democracy and my constitution when I'm not really sure I'm seeing those honored even in these processes of deportation." Others who spoke to the New York Times did in fact refer to Donald Trump as a reckless dictator, and the most common words used, of course, were reckless, dictator, and lawless. Now, some of these voters seem like they regret it. Some of them seem to understand, listen, I got hoodwinked by his promises about the economy because the economy was not working for me, and I wanted something different. I thought we'd change course and maybe I'd get something different. Listen, I understand people who do vote that way. I get it. I 100% get it. Because even though on paper the economy under Biden was doing so much better and continuing to get better, the recovery, much like the Obama recovery started in 2010 or so, a lot of people got left out. And we Democrats have to understand that. We left a lot of people out. I was left out, trust me. And so those people say, look, you're telling me all the time the economy's doing better. I don't see it. I don't feel it. My family doesn't. My friends don't feel it. I want something different because what you're doing might be working for some, but it's not working for me. Totally understand that. That is a completely understandable position for people to have. And so Trump said, I'll be better. I'll be different. And these people are like, okay, yeah, I mean, this isn't working. May as well give this a shot. This isn't working for them either. Things are much, much worse, and they admit it and they regret it, so I get it. But when you get people that are like, hey, military is much better now that, we got rid of all the transgender and the DEI people. But other than that, this guy's kind of bad. You voted based on hate. I got no sympathy for you. In fact, I got the opposite of sympathy. I got the opposite of that. I actually want more horrible things to happen to you financially, economically, whatever, politically. You deserve this. You voted for hate, and now you hate it. Well, enjoy it. Your vote was based on wanting others to suffer, and I'm not going to have sympathy for you. It is the old, I didn't think leopards would eat my face. Well, your face is getting eaten, bud. Another quick note here. Other polls also came out showing that a plurality of swing state voters, swing district voters, also support impeaching Donald Trump right now. It's a small plurality. I think it's only, 5-6 points, but a plurality nevertheless. So, as I mentioned, every new poll that comes out for Donald Trump is worse than the one before it. Just when you think things can't get worse, they get worse. So that is something that, of course, can unite all of us that are feeling a little helpless or hopeless right now. You're not alone. In fact, the only people who are really alone are the people who think Trump's doing a good job. They are, in fact, the minority, and it's a minority that is getting smaller with each passing week. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.